So you must have heard about the growing cases of coronavirus. I mean, it's growing exponentially as the days go by. Okay, so let me guess. You're probably watching this video at home right now. Now that is if you're allowed to work from home. But in any case, I hope that by sharing this message, you'll get a bigger, brighter perspective regarding this coronavirus scare that's happening right now. And I hope that by watching this video, you'll get to rise above this pandemic that the world is experiencing right now. But the next question to ask is this: what can you do about it? That's what I'm gonna share with you today. Today, what I'm gonna share with you is this thing called daily examen. And it's something that you can do at home. It's something that you can do 5 to 10 minutes every day. Okay, so before we even get right into that, allow me to ask you something. Did you ever get the chance to be led by a DI or a dance instructor before?
You know, it's hand, head, up, pas de bourrée, big turn here, rond de jambe, slide, step, and jazz.
I mean, if you're my age, you would know that having a good DI or a dance instructor will help you to move really well in a dance floor, even if you don't know how to dance. And this is the same concept that we're gonna apply in this daily examen that we're gonna do. Because we're not gonna do it alone. You're gonna do it with somebody. You're gonna ask for the help of a dance instructor. In that case, that is God, that is your creator. And it starts with this. Okay, so the first step in this daily examen is this thing called gratitude. Now, before you even raise your eyebrows and say, March, alam ko na yung gratitude na yan. What's new? Tell me something I don't know. You know, this is not the usual gratitude that you know of, wherein you think about the things that you're grateful for. This is something different. So remember that I shared with you about the need for a DI. This time, you need a partner, and your partner is God. And this time, this act of gratitude is you asking Him, what are the things that you need to be grateful for today? By the way, this is something that you can do 5 to 10 minutes every day. So you know, this is something that works for me for about 2 weeks now. It's a different thing when I ask God, Lord, what are the things that I need to be grateful for today? And you'll be surprised to find out that there are a lot of things other than the things that you already know of. I mean, when you ask God the things that you're grateful for that day, He will reveal to you some other things that you don't even recognize. Especially today, nowadays, that we're in this pandemic, we're in this coronavirus scare. Because what happens sometimes is we take things for granted. We forget to be grateful for the ordinary things, the little things that are happening in our lives. The mere fact that you wake up this morning is already something to be grateful for. The mere fact that you're watching this video is something to be grateful for. Why? Because you're still alive and you get to do other things. So there, don't just rely on your own strength. Ask God, what are the things that I need to be grateful for today? You'll be surprised to know that there are a lot of things to be grateful for. So don't just rely on your own strength. Ask your God, ask Him, what are the things that you need to be grateful for? So that's number 1. Next, we have discernment. So yes, the second one is discernment. Discernment is about asking God or asking your creator, what are the things that you still need to do or don't do? Especially in this pandemic time, this coronavirus scare that we're into right now. So allow me to share with you something. Last night, my sister and I were having this conversation while we were having our dinner, and my sister mentioned about our cousins, our relatives who happen to be medical practitioners who are the frontliners of today's pandemic. And she was mentioning about her plans of helping them in her own little ways. And that made me think, what can I contribute to this world in my own little ways? So that was when I came up with this idea of how to help my fellow medical practitioners, especially these people that are serving our community. I thought about it, perhaps donating masks, donating surgical masks or masks to them would really help them. So things like that. I believe that discernment is one of the gifts that God has given me. And I believe that you also have this gift of discernment. Ask yourself, ask Him, how can you be of service to other people? How can you help them? Of course, that starts by asking Him, not just relying on your own strength. So that's discernment. And last but not the least is surrender. When everything has been said and done, when you've already asked Him about the things that you're grateful for, when you've already asked Him about the things that you still need to do, you still need to contribute to other people, that's when surrender happens. And by the way, you can do this at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. I suggest that you do this before you take your lunch, before going to bed at night. But you know, at the end of the day, you can only do so much. But for as long as you do your part, your tiny little part, in making this world a better place, it doesn't matter how big or how small, for as long as you do your part. And remember, you're not supposed to do it alone, because you always have Him. And to end, I want to give you this reminder that you are limitless. Why? Because of this verse, Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And in the same way with you, let me just tell you that you are limitless. And together, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Again, this has been March Nasino. And it is my hope that through my real life lessons, you'll get to find your life mission. See you in the next video.